Hello, we're back today. We're going to finish up our figurine from last time. Oh, hold on a second. I'm looking at something. But yeah, so we're going to finish up the creature that we started. Did I say yesterday? Last week. I'm not sure what I said. I'm very tired right now. But we're going to be rolling up a random table of colors. So I went ahead and did some base painting on our figurine. Just a little bit so that I don't have to do a ton of the boring sections of the painting on video. Like I said, I didn't do it very thoroughly. I didn't do very much. I just did it around the more textured sections. But we're going to roll the colors for this creature, and then I'm going to try to make it work. So we're going to go ahead and start that. Let me pull up a little text box here for myself. Okay, bear with me 1 second. Alright, so our first color, we rolled a 3. I really like rolling 3s apparently. 3 is yellow or green. I'm gonna say let's go with so the way I did this table, because there's so many colors, I did them in pairs. So you roll a number and then you pick one of the two. So the choices we have are yellow and green for 3. I'm gonna pick yellow. So our first color is gonna be yellow. Whoops, I did not mean that to be in all caps. Okay. Our next color, 6, white or black. I'm gonna go with black. Third color, 4, blue and purple. What would go well with yellow and black? Blue or purple? I think I will pick... I mean, we should probably go with blue. I think we're gonna go with blue. Let me fix this table here. I will show it on the screen in just a second. I just want to finish typing it up first. Alright, and then over here we have types of colors. So the way I did this, it could be applied to all of the colors or just some of them. We're going to see what we roll, and then I'll see how I want to apply it to what we already have. So that's this table on the top right hand side. That is 5, so bright. Let's see, we have blue, black, yellow. So I'm gonna, yeah, we'll apply it to basically the whole thing. So we're gonna do bright colors. And then finally, we're gonna roll up a pattern, which I may apply only to sections or parts of it or the whole body. I'm not sure just yet, but I'll see what works. So I chose some patterns. We have stripes, spotted, piebald, flecked, geometric shapes like triangles or squares, and then basic 2 or 3 toned, kind of like tuxedo cats or saddle. If you've ever seen saddle pattern dogs, stuff like that. So we're going to see how this goes. We'll see what we roll, and then I'll try to find a way to apply it to the creature that makes sense to me. 3 again. Piebald. Okay. Well, this is going to be interesting, because that's... So he's going to be that. And then, of course, the bone, I am going to do that the normal color. Let me think. Okay, so let me show this on the screen here real quick. These are the colors that we just rolled. We have yellow, black, blue, bright colors, and piebald. So if you don't know what piebald is, it's kind of like if you've ever seen paint style horses or a multicolor random small patches of colors. It's kind of neat. I think piebald squirrels are really pretty, but we'll see how this goes. I'm trying to think if I should do the piebald pattern with the yellow and the blue. That might be a little weird. I might do the piebald with like the black and the blue, and then have yellow as like the accent color. I think that might work a little better. Yeah, because I think we'll do maybe the belly, the yellow color that we have, the bright yellow, and then the snout and the inside of the ears. And then we can do the overall tone will be blue, and then we'll go back through and add patches of the black in a piebald pattern. And if we're doing bright blue, that should stand out pretty well. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with the fur yet. We might just do yellow toned fur to kind of match the theme. But this is going to be interesting. I'm not sure how this is going to look. It's making me think of those poison frogs that have the weird patches of color. But let's go ahead and start with our yellow. All right. Oh. Oh, this needs to be mixed up. Hold on. The paint is separating. Should not be that liquidy. Hopefully this works. If not, we may have to pick the other color, but I think I can get it to work. If not, I do have pastel type paints, which I've never used before. Yeah, I may have to do a different base color here because this yellow is too thin and watery for some reason. Let me go grab some yellow paint and see what I have downstairs. I will be back momentarily. I'll show you my new screen that I've made for myself, although we're not having technical difficulties yet. We'll go with this one. I will be back in a second. I'm gonna go grab a different bottle of yellow paint. Okay, we're back. Okay. I got a couple different blue and yellow colors here. All right. Let's smooth that out a bit. Let's try this yellow paint and see if this works a little better. I wanted it to be bright. Oh, yeah. Because I didn't want to I might have to do a brown undercoat, but I'm trying to avoid that. For some reason, the yellow paints are just very, very light. Or we could actually do like a piebald pattern with all the colors, but I kind of like having the yellow as like the underbelly and the snout here. So we could do like the blue and yellow fading into each other and then have the black patches come through in a piebald pattern. That might work. So we're going to have to definitely layer the yellow multiple times. I want it to be bright, so I don't really want to do a dark undercolor, but it looks like a bumblebee right now. And I think with the blue, we'll definitely start with the darker blue and then work our way up lighter. I mean, I could have started maybe with an orange instead of the yellow, but I think it'll be okay if I just do multiple layers of it. It'll just take a little bit of time. So we're just gonna cover a bunch of this in yellow. Then we'll come back through with the dark blue. And then I'll probably pull up some reference photos of like piebald patterns and like deer and squirrels and stuff. And then I'll figure out, we can either roll another color for the fur or just pick this color scheme and do a slightly different shade of it for the fur patches. Okay. Now let me grab a darker blue. I'm so tired. Okay. I don't think it would be a proper video if I wasn't exhausted. Yeah, see, this fades really well. Blue and yellow definitely fade well into each other, so. And we have to do very bright colors. If we get a little on the eye, as always, that's fine. It will wipe right off when I go back over it with like either a cloth or a wet paintbrush. Because the paint does not adhere to whatever that surface is. I guess it is technically glass actually, or some sort of very heat resistant type acrylic. Alright, you can kind of see what we're getting here. Hopefully I don't have to grab my other blue paint. I don't think I'm gonna run out. But yeah, you can see the blue spreads so much better. For some reason, the lighter colors like orange, what else? Orange, white, yellow. They tend to be very thin, very watery for some reason. I don't know if it's just this brand, maybe. But the other paints aren't like that. I know the yellow was particularly bad because it was old, but for some reason those colors just generally don't have the same amount of coverage, and you have to layer them multiple times to kind of get the tone that you want. Let's try to keep him pointed toward the camera so you can see. All right. Okay. He's definitely turning into a very interesting little being. I don't know what we should name him. I feel like we should give the creatures that we make names, but I never did name the frog-like winged creature that I made the first time with the original, like, random table that I had. I didn't give him a name, although I feel like I should have. I think that would be a fun practice. I might have to wait till I post it on TikTok and let people name it there. Oh. Now, hopefully this time we won't have the same internet problems like we had the last time. I know I was fighting for the internet to stay on. It kept dropping. That's actually why I made myself the little technical difficulties screen. I have another one that I was going to pull up whenever I forget supplies, since that also happens pretty frequently. You think I would learn to just have everything on hand. It's just I have so much that, especially with the randomized ones, sometimes I don't realize what I need. And like I didn't think that paint was going to be bad. But I have one that I was going to work on for that specific thing of like, oh, I forgot to grab this paint. Let me go back downstairs and get it. I just didn't animate it yet. Alright, so we're getting our base colors on here. He's looking, I think he's pretty cute. He's kind of like creepy cute or ugly cute. They're like their own category of cuteness. It's kind of like Sphinx cats. They're sort of ugly, but they're kind of adorable at the same time. I want to make another American cryptid, the Squonk. I think that's what it's called. It's a Pennsylvania cryptid. And it really is supposed to be like a weird, ugly, cute sort of thing. I think it goes around crying because it is so ugly or something like that. But yeah, I wanna try my hand at making that at some point. I think it's called the Squonk. It's got I just remember its name is very funny. And it reminded me of the silver creating creatures in the Neverending Story, the book. I don't think they put those in the movie. Alright, so we got his side painted slightly. Gotta put him on this side now. Alright. Maybe the fur can be a brighter blue? That might work. So we're going to cover up all this base black color with something else. I just gotta take my time and do that here. And then when that is finished, we will start doing the piebald pattern on top of the finished base color, because I think that will make it easier. And then I can pull up reference photos to see what that should look like. Yeah, so I think that's what we'll do. I think we'll make the and then we'll make the bottom legs here a darker blue. I kind of like that. But I think we'll make the fur patches a really bright blue. And then, of course, the bone pieces, the toenails, those are going to be like a slightly beige off-white. I'm not going to do anything too weird with those because I think it should look recognizable. And if I do a crazy color, then it won't look as much like bone, which was what we rolled. So I think we have a solid plan for where this is going. Yeah, initially I was imagining him more muted colors like beiges and grays and stuff. So this is very interesting. It's kind of what's fun with the table, because then it forces me to try to creatively make something that maybe wasn't what I would have envisioned work. But that is why I gave myself some options with the table, because I feel like some colors just do not work well together. So that's why I wanted to give myself choices of like one or two in every roll. That way I can kind of cater it a little bit so it's random, but it's workable. And that was the best way I could come up with using that with the D6 was the other problem. Okay. So we got the base colors there. Let's go ahead and paint some dark blue on the fur patches here. Let's go over those, because I think we're just going to turn those to a really bright baby blue color, which will be interesting. We'll see how it looks. And then we'll blend over here in a second. Once we're done with that, we'll go over the yellow again. Do a second layer of yellow. And I think the final thing that we'll do is the bone and toenail colors, because they're the most precise detail painting, so I always try to save that for last, because that tends to be the least amount of, like this, I tend to run over the other colors and then I can correct it. The details, small details like that, are the final things you want to do, because you're not going to mess them up as much. Okay. Let's see here. Okay. Let's do his tail now. His ears first. And then we'll do his back and his tail. Okay. We're still doing good. It looks like the internet has still decided to like me today. Now these I might make, I'm trying to think if I should make the tails yellow tipped. That might be kind of cool. It's not strictly in line with our piebald pattern, but I think we can do that. All right. almost done with the base colors, and then we'll move on. Okay. Alright, so those are our basic base colors, other than the bones. Now, let us... I'm gonna put this one away, and then we'll go back over the yellow here. It's an even brighter yellow. Yeah, for some reason, like, those colors, I always see the paint strokes in way more than I do in the others. Like, it definitely absorbs into the clay and it kind of fades a bit. It always bothers me every time I work with these type colors. Can fade the edges just a tad. Alright. Yeah, stomach's gonna take multiple layers of yellow, so that's fine. It'll just take a little bit. Trying to think, should we do piebald patterns with the... We could do it with the yellow as well. That might be more fun to do a mix of all. Let me... say, as soon as I do this, I'm going to pull up piebald pattern references. Because I'm thinking of like how the squirrels and deer look when they have that pattern. Or how paint horses look. And they often do have tricolor patterns, so that might actually be kind of cool if I can pull that off without it looking too weird. Alright. Let me pull up a reference photo here on my phone. Let me see. Piebald patterns. No, so they are typically two colors. Okay, so I think I see how we're gonna do this. Because they oftentimes have like this speckled pattern on the edges. Like here. So we're gonna do that kind of edge. So that kind of edge there. Alright. Now, oops, I didn't need to use quite that much paint. So it's kind of like uneven patches. So where I think, change of plans, we are going to do the piebald with the yellow because I think that's going to stand out better and be more true to the piebald pattern. Maybe we'll use the black since we do have the black color. Maybe we'll use that for the fur patches instead. I think that's going to accomplish this effect a lot better in the long run. Okay. So yeah, piebald tends to have just irregular patches of pigment in their fur or skin or whatever. It's almost like, I mean, it's not the same thing, I don't think, but it's similar to the patterns you'll see in like vitiligo or vitil, is that how you say it? Vitiligo? When you have like the multicolored skin tones. It's that kind of appearance. So I always thought it looked kind of cool. So yeah, we're gonna go with the full-on multicolored piebald effect. Okay. Let's make this edge over here a bit more irregular. And then I think we'll do black patches in the fur. Or I kind of like the bright blue fur though. I don't know. We'll figure out how the black's gonna fit into this. Yeah, so now this is really reminding me of those like poison frogs that have the multicolor patches on them. Alright. Okay. So this is how we're getting with our piebald base color. Let's go over the stomach again. So like I said, that's going to take multiple layers. And then we can probably touch up the blue again, potentially. Okay. Uh, I don't think I want the piebald tone on the leg, so we'll paint over that. Okay. Alright, I think that's good for the yellow base at the moment. So, so sleepy. Okay. Now we're gonna go back to the blue. And we're gonna do the lighter blue color. Since we're supposed to do... I wonder if I can just fade it, because that's a bit too much. That's too much. Hold on. Let's tone this down a bit. I did not mean to make it that bright. Too much paint. I didn't mean to do this. was just trying to add some extra color here. Oh. Okay. I just wanted to lightly almost dry brush the surface just to add a little extra texture. I don't really want to change the color that much. So I think I did a bit too much on this one. Oops. Alright. Let's put him down like this. Will he rest like that without... Okay, good. He's not going to break anything if I do this. His hands are a little fragile, so I don't want to put pressure on him. Else he probably will break. And that would suck. I mean, it's easy enough to fix. I've done it on video quite a few times, but I just prefer not to break my figurines. I want to paint over this section here real quick. So I don't really want that to be yellow. Okay. So we're adding depth and color to him. Alright, so then if we get more of this light color, and then we're going to dry brush the elephant legs here. Kitty cat, you're fine. I don't know why Ollie's gotten in a habit of yelling at the door. I think she hears me talking, and then she gets lonely and wonders why she's not in here, you know, with me, but she would mess with stuff, and I'd have to keep an eye on her, so. She has to be outside for now. I mean, she is decently well behaved. She might be fine. Alright, let me rotate him a little. When I did the legs too, I did a bit of a texture with the paintbrush. It's similar to what I use for stone or for like super weathered skin type texture. It creates tons of little tiny pores. I don't know if the camera will pick it up. I think, oh yeah, if you have the quality high enough on the video, it will. You can kind of see. So that helps. So when you do dry brushing, it brings all of that detail out without that much effort on the side of painting, at least. Okay. Oh, I'm so sleepy. Okay. Let's neaten up a little bit of the edges here. All right, let's go over the yellow again. Use our more vibrant dark yellow here. We're going to go over the stomach one more time. Like I said, the yellow pigment is just not as thick. It's like trying to paint red, over red tones and stuff. It just doesn't always show up very well. All right. Okay, so you can kind of see what we're getting here. Okay, let me get a smaller brush here, and then we'll go over the yellow spots a bit more detailed. We're just going over the piebald spots that are in yellow. Again, with some more yellow to make them more distinct. You can see where we're going with that. Yeah, he is right, reminding me so much of those little, like, blue and yellow poison frogs. Or at least the ones that are in all the games and stuff is poison frogs. I don't know if that's actually what they look like. Little poison dart frogs. I just have vivid memories of, the Amazon Trail, I think it was. It was like the Oregon Trail, but, like, they updated it and there was a whole lot more. And it was the Amazon Trail, same concept, though. Um, it's been ages since I've seen that. I wonder if it's on Steam. But yeah, I remember you could catch the little poison frogs in it's like an upturned little basket thing. I don't remember anything else about that game other than that you could do that. I was very young and I wasn't actually playing it. I was watching my big sister play it. Okay. All right. So we're making good progress. We got that done. We got the piebald effect started. Let's go ahead and see if we can, we're gonna make the fur black so that we can, whoops, I didn't mean to hit the microphone, sorry. We're gonna make the fur black so that we can follow our rolled colors here. So let me grab the black. Yeah, so I was initially thinking the bright blue, but no, we'll just do black. That way the piebald effect could be the blue and yellow. Alright. That's actually kind of cool looking. I like that. So it looks like he has little black tufts of fur. Oh no. Okay, so then we're gonna do the black patches here. All right. Okay. This way it kind of looks like the skin is blue and then the fur is black. So that's kind of cool. I like that. And then of course the hands are not going to be white, neither are the toes. They're going to be, or they're not going to be black, sorry. They're going to be white to match the bone, the slightly off-white bone color. There we go. All right. All right, we have mostly painted black, but we can leave the blue highlights in between because that kind of makes it look like the skin is blue. So that's kind of cool. I like that. So we're going to put this over here. Grab a new brush. We're going to go over the yellow on the stomach again because we got to get rid of that distinct patch, color patch there that we don't want. And all the brush strokes that are still somewhat visible. They're way more visible with this tone, and I don't like that. I don't like that it takes like 5 to 6 layers of yellow to get rid of the brushstroke patterns. Alright. Okay, we're going to touch up a couple of the patches here. All right, here we go. All right. So let's go ahead and we're going to start doing the white, the bones here and the teeth and the toenails. Oh, should we do, I think we're going to do the brown color first. Oops, I did not need to do that much. And then we'll dry brush with the white. So let me turn him like this. Okay, I'll tilt him forward like this so I can see what I'm doing. There we go. Oh, we're still good. Okay. So this is just the base color for the bone. We will go back over and paint it white, but this will give it a slightly off-white color, which is most bones, I guess, unless they're like bleached in the sun, typically are like a tiny bit off-white, cream colored. So this will more efficiently accomplish that appearance. But we are almost finished with our little guy, so almost. Okay. Oh no. Okay, we're getting there. We got one more spine piece on this side to paint. Okay. Now my hand's cramping up. All right. Let me move this out of my way. Or this. Okay, and then we'll tilt him like this. Alright, one more. And then it ends right there. Okay, now we gotta paint the toes real quick here with a brown color. And again, this is not the final color. This is just the base color. So we're going to be going over it again with white. Oh, and I forgot we got to do the hands too. But that's a little less precise than the ones we were just doing. Okay. Alright. And then, of course, we will paint the teeth as well. Okay. Okay. I think we got all of the angles on that one. For the base color. I'm gonna do the next one. Sorry, I'm very tired. We'll go do the next one here. Hey, internet's doing great today. I wonder if it's like usage based or something. Because sometimes it's terrible. And I don't understand why, because I'll be doing the exact same things. Same days even, and it'll kick me off 3 or 4 times, and then sometimes it's fine. So, who knows? I certainly don't understand it. Because initially, the constant issue I was having, like, every day, that was actually some sort of issue with my Nintendo Switch and the way it was connecting and communicating with it. Which I don't fully understand how that works, but it did fix it once I changed that. But then, it still kicks me off sometimes. I don't get why that happens still. Okay. Oh. Okay, so that's our base coat. Now, let's see. Is the spine dry enough that we can start doing the... Oh, it is. Good. It's dry enough. We can start doing the white. Alright. Okay. And then the white paint is always congealing. It always wants to congeal faster than any other color. I don't know why, just the white. But it is the worst for that. Let me see if this one's better. It shouldn't be because this is older. No, this is worse. It's like Jello. I mean, you can still paint with it, but it's a pain. I think all of my white paints have congealed at this point, so I'm probably going to have to order some more. I might just have to buy them in the smaller containers. Like, I normally like the bulk ones because they're cheaper, but they're all congealing. And the lids were on and they were sealed, but say the oranges, yellows, and other colors tend to separate and get super liquidy. The white always congeals. And this is all the same brand of paint, so I don't know if it's like the different composition perhaps of the colors. This is slightly less congealed, so we'll work with that. There we go. Okay. Okay, so we got that part done. Now let's do this side. Almost finished. I am gonna have to touch up a few spots, but that's fine. Alright, so that's that. Obviously I have to touch up the spots here. Up there, sorry. But we'll get that in a little bit here. Let's go ahead and do the dry brushing on the toes. And I did line these so that they have texture, and I'll show you that in a second. Alright. You can see the texture on that one. Alright. So now we're going to do the others real fast here. And then we just got to paint the teeth and the hands. And then I think we're pretty much done. I like this guy. He's very interesting. It's not like like I said earlier, like this isn't what I would have chosen for colors on him, but it's kind of cool. I was initially thinking the piebald pattern with the black and the blue, but I think this looks better. Taking inspiration from poison frogs that I remember from from a video game years ago. Okay. Now we got to do the hands. All right. So let's touch up the spots that I messed up here. So we need a little black and then a little bit of blue. And then we're going to touch up the yellow one more time, and then we're going to be done. Okay. Oh, I forgot. I forgot we have to do the teeth. I'm so stupid. Let me grab small paintbrush. No, not small paintbrush. Okay. I forgot about the teeth. Oops. They're so small, I just keep forgetting. It'll only take me a second. Yep. Okay. we've got that. Let's see, what else do I need to potentially touch up? I think the back is pretty good, actually. I think it's just the stomach again with the yellow. And then I think then we really are finished because now we have the teeth painted. We didn't forget again. So now we're gonna grab, we can use the bigger brush here. Oh, there it is. And I think I'll go over the ears once again as well. Oh, all right. I think we're done. Let me move all of the paints out of the way here. Put our paint brushes in the water so we don't ruin those. But I think we're done. Oh, let me... just clean the eyeball off. Okay. So he's a little wet still, so I have to be careful, but here's what we have. So we have our yellow, black, blue, and bright colored piebald creature with exposed bone. He's a quadruped, but he's standing on his hind legs. I just didn't curve them enough to give that impression. But we got his back here. This is what he looks like. He's got black fur patches. He's got exposed spine and hands. He's got cute little elephant feet. Some teeth and a singular eye and 3 tails. See if I can move him closer so you can see more of the detail. I am really happy with the detail on the legs. I think I did well with that. But yeah, I think he's done. So put him down. That is another figurine done. I like doing this series, but I will probably do either a dice thing or something else in between. But if you like this video and interacted with it in some way, I greatly appreciate it. Let me know if there's something you want to see me sculpt, or if you rolled up your own random generalized things that you want me to do. I'm more than happy to take suggestions and do fun stuff. So I appreciate it. If you watched it this far, I greatly appreciate it. But for now, have a good night, and I'm probably gonna go take a nap for a bit, because I'm very sleepy. But thank you, and have a good night.